What's up, everybody? It's your boy Stevie the Black, the Test the Black. I'm back, and I'm here to give you my predictions video for this upcoming game on Thursday night. Because it's on Thursday night, I'm getting this out a day earlier than I would have normally on a normal week, which is so. But before I get into the predictions video, couple things I got to do first. Number one, I got to give the NFC East report. For those who don't know, the NFC East report is as follows. It's basically just monitoring the division. Basically seeing where each team stands at the end of every week, who each team faces, and my predictions of whether or not I think each team will win. Also in the NFC East report, I cover one game for each of the following teams, for each of the other teams in the division, just to, like I said, keep an eye on them for when we got to face them later down the road. So, as of right now, as entering week 2, the NFC East is as follows. Dallas convincingly won their game, beating the New York Giants 40-0. Giants got slapped in their own building. The Washington Commanders won their game against the Arizona Cardinals 20-16. And then obviously the Giants, like I said, they got slacked, lost 0-40. And then obviously we won our game 25-22, was it? No, 25-20. So it's, as of right now, it's Dallas in first, Commanders in second, Eagles in third, Cowboys in Giants in fourth. Although it's a three-way tie for obviously the top spot. We're all 1-0, right? So as for each team that each division opponent faces, Dallas is taking on the Jets this week. But it will be without Aaron Rodgers, who is a Dallas slayer, if you would. He tore his Achilles, so he's out for the season. And now the Jets will have to rely on Zach Wilson for the quarterback. Their Super Bowl chance is done, is over with. Now that Aaron Rodgers is gone, but because of that defense, they might be able to stick around and win a few games. Does that mean I think they'll beat the Cowboys, though? I do not. I mean, Zach Wilson is trash, bro. And we all know how great the Dallas defense is. We're going to see. It's Sunday. Their game is really going to be a battle of the defenses. Because, I mean, they got, 4 turnovers off of Josh Allen on Monday night. That's incredible. Obviously, not what Dallas did against New York, but still. It'll be, I expect really like a low scoring game kind of thing, like a 20. If Zach Wilson gets you 20 points against that defense, I'll be really impressed. But I think Dallas will find a way. It's at Dallas. I don't see them losing to Zach Wilson at all. So I got Dallas taking that one. Let's see, who else? The Arizona Cardinals, they are taking on the Broncos in week 2. I'm actually covering that game. Why I chose that game, I was actually very difficult because I wasn't sure which game to cover for the Washington Commanders. But I ended up choosing that game because obviously the Washington team, up and coming team, and obviously Russell Wilson has a lot of pressure on himself this year to show that he's not washed, right? And they lost on Sunday. So they lost to the Raiders. So this will be very interesting. I'm very interested in this game. Sean Payton, trying to get Russell Wilson back to his, former glory days. So it'll be an interesting game for me to cover. I look forward to that. As for who I think will win, oh man, that's tough. My gut, I can't ignore my gut. And my gut is telling me that the Washington Commanders will find a way to win the game. I hope that's not the case, but I got to go with my gut. And my gut says that Washington wins. And then the Giants, they will be going up against the Arizona Cardinals. They're going to be looking to bounce back. They should win that game. I mean, even though it was week one, so a lot of strange things happen in week one in the NFL. So I don't think they're not going to lose 40-0. But I think the Giants should be able to win that game. So I'm picking the Giants to win that game. They better win that game. That's all I got to say. And then obviously, as we're all here for today, the Eagles are taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Now, before I get into breaking down that game, I just need to talk about something and how, as it is in Philadelphia, the sky is falling. The sky is falling. Did you see what happened on Sunday? The Birds barely escaped against the New England Patriots. We were up 16-0. Looked like we finna blow these boys out. And then we all know what happened, right? First of all, we won the game. Did it leave the best feeling in your mouth? No, it didn't. But as I said, the Bengals lost. The Chiefs lost. The Bills lost. Like, those are three of the top teams over in the AFC. Now, obviously the Chiefs didn't have Kelsey or Chris Jones, but according to reports, both of them should be back this week against the Jags. The Cleveland just seems to whatever reason own the Bengals and Joe Burrow. And then the Bills, man, I don't know what that was. They were up 10 points coming out of halftime, and then they just imploded. So I really don't know what that was. But excuse me. But no one's sitting there saying, "Oh man, it's the end of the Bengals, Chiefs, and Bills." Like no one is saying that. Like the Chargers lost. Like I mean, you really don't expect much from the Chargers, really, because they're the Chargers. But I mean, they should still be a relatively good team. I mean, everyone expected the Jags to pretty much run away with the AFC South, which they still should. But the Colts took them to the brink. Like, I watched that game, the whole thing. So, like, it's okay. Calm down. I know what we have, and it's like we should be better than this. But we have to remember, even though we were great majority of the year last year, we did have some spots where we were iffy. Y'all remember after the first game, there were like 2-3 games in a row where we couldn't score more. We scored 24 points in the first half of the game and then scored nothing in the second half. Y'all remember that, right? Y'all remember the game against the Bears where it just wasn't working out. Like it took us all the way to the brink. Y'all remember the Colts game? Y'all remember the Washington game? Like there were games last year where we weren't clicking all the way offensively, and yet we still found a way to win, and we still found a way to reach the Super Bowl. You remember defensively, especially when we went up against real competition, we weren't all that good last year. But when it was time to make a play, they made a play, except for the Super Bowl. They made that play. So my only thing is, guys, it's one game. It's week one. Y'all over here acting like we in week. If this was happening in week 6, 7, and 8, then okay, you have a point. We got a reason to be concerned. But it's 1 week. This is what happens when you have all these expectations of Super Bowl. We going back to the Super Bowl. I'm booking my tickets to Las Vegas right now and all that stuff. No. This is why, for me personally, I was like, look, I'm just trying to worry about winning the division. That's all I'm trying to do. We'll take it step by step, inch by inch, and all that stuff like that. Like, y'all need to calm down, bro. Like, I understand we're a Super Bowl contender. I get it. We're one of the best teams. At least we should be. But y'all got to calm down, bro. It's just week one. If they still looking like this in a couple weeks, all right, y'all have a point. But calm down. Please calm down. One thing about Eagles fans, I love Eagles fans, man, but something about Eagles fans, bro, we overreact, bro. And then don't even get me started on the media and Philly media, bro. Like, oh my goodness, man. So, anyway, let's talk about this game. For whatever reason, we're facing the Minnesota Vikings again. in week 2 in our home opener. This time on Thursday Night Football, another primetime game. I expect the Eagles to win. I expect the Eagles to be better. I really do. Like, I don't think that they'll struggle offensively like they did on Monday. I think everybody, every leader, both sides of the ball was like, yo, we played terrible. We played terrible. And they know they got to be better. I texted this to Addie. If Jalen Hurts wasn't our quarterback, I would be nervous. But I know he wants to be better every single day. I know he's not happy with that performance. I know Jason Kelsey and that offensive line is not happy with that performance because the O-line did not play great. I know the defense is not happy with their performance. Slay said it. He said it. If we were facing a better opponent, they would have beaten us. Like, yeah, you got to get lucky sometimes to win, but you know, it's crazy out there, man. But this game won't be easy. Like, I know last year, I don't expect Slay to lock down Justin Jefferson again this year. I really don't. As a matter of fact, I expect him to go off. I really do, because I know he remembers. I know everyone's going to bring it up. Yo, remember what happened last year? Remember Slay locked you up. Slay locked you up. You know that's going to be on his mind. You know he's going to be out there to prove something. I expect that. You know the Minnesota Vikings in general are going to try to prove something because I believe, yeah, they can't go down 0-2. They're 0-1. They lost to the Buccaneers. I don't know. How, I really don't know. Baker Mayfield, bro. But they cannot afford to go 0-2. The Lions and the Packers both won their games last week. They're right now. They're the cream of the crop in that division. But like, the Vikings are going to be fighting for their lives this Thursday night. I expect a dogfight, especially in the first half. But eventually, the better. Well, in football, anything can happen. But more often than not, the better team normally wins. I expect the defense to be better. I know the offense will be better. I wouldn't be surprised if the first couple throws of the game are directly to Dallas Guy. Like I said, it's very weird. Last year, it was Devontae Smith who didn't get targeted. And then what happened in that next game? First couple plays, they was going right to Devontae. So I kind of expect the same thing with Dallas Goedert. And another thing we had to understand is, guys, we were going up against Bill Belichick. Like, that's the GOAT for a reason, bro. Like, that's Bill Belichick over there. You can say, I know, I understand this ain't the Patriots of old, but they had the third best defense last year. That is Bill Belichick, who's had months to prepare for us. Like, y'all got to remember that. I know it's not the Patriots dynasty anymore, but y'all got to remember who was on that sideline over there. So, I'm saying all that to say, while Brian Flores, is it Flores? I don't know if that's his name. I'm not thinking about our OC, who's Brian Johnson. But I know the Vikings DC is from that Belichick coaching tree. So he's going to try and emulate what Bill Belichick did. But you can only do so much, right? I expect everyone to play better. I expect it to be a dogfight in the first half, and then in the second half, we finna run them boys off the field. That's exactly what I expect. That's what I think will happen. Score. Let's see. Last year, we beat them. Last year, we beat them boys 24-7. This time, I'm thinking that the Eagles will win. I'm going to go 30-21. I think by the time we get to the fourth quarter, the Eagles will have completely taken over. Again, this is Kirk Cousins in prime time. Like, we got to remember that. I know home opener for the Eagles. I don't see the Eagles losing this game whatsoever at all. I think the Eagles find a way to pull it out and get the victory. So that's pretty much my thoughts on the game. I don't really have anything else to say. Oh, I actually did have something else to say. I just finished watching the Jason Kelsey documentary that got released. It just got released today, but it's only on Amazon Prime. So, I mean, obviously, if you have Prime, you're watching the game. So, go watch the documentary, bro. But let me tell you something, bro. That thing was emotional, bro, because you're watching Jason Kelsey and listening to his family and everything, and him just talking about how difficult it is for him to get up and what he has to do and all that stuff, and him thinking about retirement. And you like, dang, bro, like I love Jason Kelsey, man. I want him to play, but it's like, dang, bro, I want him to be there for his family. He just had a baby earlier in the year. He just had his third daughter. Like, we want that man healthy to be able to play with his kids and to love on his wife and eventually play with his grandkids and be around for that. Like, that, bro. So I feel a little bit selfish for being like, hey, that man need to come back and play, bro. Like, that was some emotional stuff. What was also emotional is them recapping the year, because it was going to be Jason's last year, but them recapping the year, and I'm like, dad, bro, they bringing this all back to my face, bro. And then they went through the Super Bowl, bro, and it's just like, oh, I didn't need to see that again. I just watched the highlights like maybe 2 weeks ago, and that was very difficult. I am still like, everyone on the Eagles, bro, they better than me, man. They better than me, because they're like, yo, man, it's a new year. Last year was last year. Don't nobody care about that stuff, blah, 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 blah. And they're absolutely right. But, man, does it still hurt, bro. Like, dang, is this how y'all felt in 2005, bro? When y'all lost that Super Bowl to Tom Brady? This is how y'all felt, bro? Because it still hurts. It still hurts. Like, to think, we were right there. We were right there. We were there. Had a 10-point lead. Tied the game up. Oh, it just sucks, man. It really, really does. I don't know if I'm ever going to get over it. But one thing that Travis did say, and Jason and Jason now fully understands, and I understand it, is when you lose a Super Bowl, it's the worst feeling in the world. And you want nothing more than to go back and right that wrong. And bro, I want to so bad. But I gotta take it one day at a time, one piece at a time, one step at a time, bro. Like, trust me, I wanna be like, yo, we doing it, we going. But I can't. I gotta take this one step at a time. I gotta take, even if we have a great season, no guarantee we gonna win the playoff game or another playoff. Even if we get to the Super Bowl again, ain't no guarantee. Ain't nothing guaranteed, bro. Like, that's what makes it last year so frustrating, is you were right there, and it's just like, history says it's hard to get back, man. It's hard to get back. And that's why you look at teams like Tom Brady and the Chiefs now, and you're just like, man, how did they do it, bro? How did they get back year after year? At least it feels like year after year. But they're at least always there in contention, bro. They always got a chance, bro. And I'm just, and it's a lot, bro. It really, really is. But anyway, y'all need to go check out that documentary. It's a very good documentary. It's very emotional too. That boy Jason is emotional. I'm emotional too. But yeah, that's a very good documentary. Y'all need to go check it out. But that's pretty much it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Give me your score prediction for the game. And if you're not down with that, because the game is on Thursday, that means the review for the game is not coming out till Friday afternoon. Okay, so I'm just letting y'all know that now. So expect that Friday afternoon around 5-6 o'clock ish is when it should be out. So just stay tuned for that. Anyway, like I said, let me know your thoughts about the game. You think the Eagles are going to bounce back? You think the Eagles are going to win? Let me know your score prediction down below. Let me hear from Eagles fans. Let me hear from Vikings fans. Let me hear from the NFC East fans. Y'all think y'all winning y'all games this weekend? Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you're not down with that, I've just got 3 words for you. Fly, Eagles, fly. And I'll catch you Friday afternoon. Peace.